Hello, everybody. Here to talk about our worship and sermon this week. We just started this past Sunday the Greatest Showman series, and we are entering week 2 of that series. And the theme for the week is called Out of the Shadows. And one of the things that happens in the movie of The Greatest Showman is Barnum begins to shift from having a wax museum to having live people that people come to witness and explore. And one of the things that Barnum does is he wants something unusual or different when people come to his place. He wants them to see something spectacular, something different, something they've never seen before. So one of the things that Barnum does, he goes out and he tries to look for difference or uniqueness in the world. And what he ends up doing is finding people, what I would call people on the margins. He ends up finding people that have been kind of cast into the shadows, not meant to be out in public, not meant to be visible too much, don't have any power, they don't have any authority, they don't have any significance in their life. And he says, you have something to offer. The world just doesn't know it yet. And so he brings those people into his experience and into his place. And those people are very nervous about being visible to other people in ways they hadn't been before. And then in the midst of that, they discover their own uniqueness, that Barnum has somehow enabled them to discover the uniqueness in them and to celebrate their uniqueness. And I think that's one of the unique things that I think the church has the opportunity to do when the world says you're not good enough, when the world says you shouldn't be included, when the world says you shouldn't have any rights. The church should be a place to stand up for the people that Jesus has stood up for all along. And so this message that Barnum talks about, or at least he models early in, of bringing people into the mix of his experience, is saying, you matter, you're important, and your gifts are significant to the world. And so what does it mean to help bring people out of the shadows, out of their places of darkness, out of their places of feeling insignificant? And that will be kind of the focus of the sermon this week. The passage that we'll look at is from John chapter 5. It's a unique little story in John 5. It's not very long, but there is this pool of water near Jerusalem. And this pool supposedly has this healing ability. People that are blind or deaf or paralyzed, that if they come to the pool and whoever is the first person to encounter the water, supposedly they encounter some kind of healing or renewal from being in the water. When Jesus arrives at this pool, there was a person that had been there for years and had never made it in the water because never could get into the water first. And Jesus allows this person to get into the water first so that they can be not only renewed for themselves, but be welcomed back into the community and be made whole again. That's what Barnum does, is he does this kind of welcoming and bringing people back in. Jesus did that. We have the opportunity to do that. So I hope you join us as we talk about coming from out of the shadows on Sunday.